All right, we're going to look at how to create forums and topics in discussions, specifically how to set up a weekly discussion. As you can see here, I've already created one, but we're going to go through the process of how to create one. So the first thing we have to do is you have to make a forum. Now what a forum is the forum is our overall idea for our discussions. So in this example here, weekly readings is a forum, Q&A is a forum, group project is another format I could have. It could be newspaper article readings. This is your category, if you will. Forum is a category in which we put our topics. So new forum. And then from here, I'm going to put my information. So I'm going to go with weekly readings. Now, if I was just making a one-shot forum, such as a Q&A forum, that will have only a Q&A topic underneath it where students can post questions and I'll answer, I could just create a new topic with the same title, check that, doesn't work for me, it's awesome. But in weekly readings, I'm going to have a bunch of individual ones, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick to just I'm going to leave that unchecked. Description is, this will be the forum weekly classroom readings. As with D2L, we can put anything inside of here if it was videos, photos. Right? Weekly readings, I don't want to allow anonymous posts because I want to know that the students did this. The Q&A session, that's really good. Moderator must approve means I have to read through the post before it actually shows up in the classroom. This can be a lot of work. The only time I would suggest doing this is if it's a really heated discussion or topic. Users must start a thread before they can read. I always check this one off. This means that students have to create an initial post with their idea before they can actually see their fellow classmates. This is awesome. It makes it so you get original thoughts from the students and they're not just copying their friends' comments essentially and reworking them into something. And then we have this forum description and topics. That's if you want the description and the topics. My description is pretty thin, so I'm not going to bother with that. Availability, we can set up the date and whatnot. Locking options. So what we can do is there's availability and there's locking. Availability means it's visible. So I can set it up that for the whole semester, it's visible. They can always come back and look at this discussion. Locking sets it up so nothing new can be posted. So I can set the locking up to say run for a week. So they'll have 1 week to comment on this discussion and say anything they want to. But then past that 1 week, if I leave the visibility on, they can always reference back to this discussion for whatever reason they may want to look back. Maybe a link was shared for something they want to use. In this case, for the example today, I'm going to leave those both off. All right, once I'm done, I can go ahead and click on save and add a topic to the topic screen, but I want to show you what this looks like, so I'm going to click Save and Close. As you can see, weekly readings is now created down here. This is the original I made. So here's the new one I've made. Now, if I want to make a topic inside of here, which again, the topics are necessary. The categories are pretty much just for organizational purposes, or the forums. Categories, interchangeable, are just for organizational. Topic is the actual item I need. So I'm going to go ahead and click on New, and then click on Topic. All right, and then the first things to do is have me choose a forum. So these are my weekly readings. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Weekly Readings, choose my weekly readings, what I just made. Title will be Week 1 Reading. Descriptions, I would put directions, go here. This is where I would type out, what the topic's supposed to be on. Maybe I link to the article. If I have a YouTube video, I insert the YouTube video. Whatever it is I want them to do in the response, I put that right here. All right. Again, don't want anonymous posts. Users must start a thread. I always check that. Technically, anything you check for the forum will apply to any topic within it. I just like to be super anal retentive and just check off this again just to make sure. Rating post, you can rate it if you wanted to, like an upvote, downvote, 5 stars. That's good if you're polling the class. Normally, you're going to leave that off. Again, visibility, locking options. When we're all said and done, though, you see it's pretty straightforward. I could go ahead and restrictions again. I could make it so it's release conditions. You have to do this before they do this. Assessment. Now, this is where if I want to tie it to a grade item, I go ahead and select the grade item from my book. So this isn't weekly discussions 2, but I'm going to check that one. Imagine it was. Score, then get 10 points. If I wanted to add a rubric for my weekly discussions, I could add a rubric here. And then allow assessment of individual posts means you can grade every single student's every single post. Do not check that unless you want to do a ton of work. If not, it's going to let us kind of check all the posts for each student. We click on the name and see all the posts in one shot, and you give one grade to all of the posts as opposed to grading every single one. Click on Save and Close. As you can now see, my weekly readings now has its first topic. Threads and post. Threads are the responses students will make, so it's their brand new original idea. And posts are not only the number of threads that have been created, but it's also the number of replies to each thread. So when a student comes in, they're going to go in, make sure real quick. A student, when they log in, they will go ahead and see communication discussions. They'll see this weekly one reading. So here's the form, the topic. They'll go ahead and click on week one reading. Again, they'll have the distractions would be right here. They click on this start new thread button, and then they enter the topic. So here's my week one response. I'm just going to type words. And then they go ahead, they can unsubscribe or subscribe. That just means they get notifications when someone posts there. They can add attachments, and they click post. And then they can see how many people have read it, replied, and whatnot. And then from our viewpoint, it's actually going to show that we have one new thread, because he started a new thread, which is one new post, because they count the same. And then it tells us who posted last. So that's how to set up a weekly discussion forum and a weekly discussion topic within it, and what it looks like for the student and us once they start to post. Thanks, and have a great day.